Hello dear students, welcome back in class ninth chemistry. Students, I hope that you all are fine. Today we will continue chapter 2, Is Matter Around Us Pure? The main topic of today's lecture is various techniques of separating the components of mixture part 1. Dear students, we have learned that most of the natural substances are not chemically pure. Different methods of separations are used to get individual components from a mixture. Separation makes it possible to study and use the individual components of the mixture. Various heterogeneous mixtures can be separated into their respective constituents by simple physical methods like hand picking, winnowing, filtering, threshing, sieving, magnetic separation, etc. that we use in our day-to-day life. Sometimes special techniques have to be used for the separation of the components of a mixture. So, in today's lecture, we will study in detail about the various techniques of separating the components of mixture by evaporation, centrifugation, then separation of two immiscible liquids by using separating funnel, sublimation, and chromatography. Students, we all use ink pens of different colors like blue ink pen, black ink pen, red ink pen. You know, ink is a mixture of dye or color in water. Dye is a non-volatile component and water is a volatile component of the ink mixture. Volatile substances means that can be changed into vapors easily or can be easily evaporated. Non-volatile substances means that cannot be evaporated or changed into vapors. So, ink is a mixture of volatile substance, that is water, and non-volatile substance, that is dye or color in water. Let us see with the help of an activity that how can we obtain colored component, that is dye, from blue, black or red ink. We can separate the colored component of dye from blue, black or red ink by evaporation method. Let us perform this activity. Look at here. To perform this activity, we need some materials like beaker, wire gauge, Bunsen burner, tripod stand, watch glass, water, ink, etc. So take a beaker and fill half a beaker with water. Put a watch glass on the mouth of the beaker. Then put few drops of blue ink or black or red ink on watch glass. Now start heating the beaker. Students, we do not heat ink directly as heat may decompose the dyes of the ink. So we heat ink in a watch glass over this water bath. We will observe that upon heating, evaporation will take place from the watch glass. Continue heating the ink over the beaker till the evaporation goes on. As the evaporation of water stops, we will observe a residue, that is dye, is left behind on the watch glass and the whole water gets evaporated. In this way, we separate the colored component, that is dye, from blue or black or red ink. What is the principle of evaporation? The method of evaporation is used to separate the volatile component, that is solvent, from its non-volatile component, that is solute, by heating the mixture. You have seen in this activity that volatile component, that is solvent, is water, and non-volatile component, that is solute, is dye in mixture of ink. Now see what is the use or application of this evaporation technique. This evaporation is used for the separation of salt from seawater under heat of the sun. Now let us learn about another technique of separation of components of a mixture by centrifugation. Students, you all like to eat butter or cream, etc. Butter or cream is obtained from milk. It means milk is a mixture of fats, sugar, minerals, water, etc. Even nowadays, we get full cream, toned, double toned, or skimmed variety of milk packets in poly packs or tetra packs in the market. What is the meaning of full cream, toned, double toned variety of milk? These variety of milk contain different amounts of fats. So, how can we separate fats in the form of cream from milk? This cannot be separated by simple filtration technique because the particles or these fat particles are so small that they can easily pass through the pores of simple filter paper, ordinary filter paper, and we cannot separate these fat molecules or particles from milk by simple filtering techniques. So we use centrifugation method. What is the centrifugation method? In this method, the mixture is rotated at high speed and its components are separated from this mixture. Students, you must have seen this activity often used at your home while your mother separate cream from milk or butter from cream by rotating this wooden churner at a high speed or by using these electric churners or even blender. When on a commercial level, means on a large scale, cream is separated from milk, it is done with the help of centrifugal machines. Here the full cream milk is taken in centrifuge tubes and these centrifuge tubes are placed in this centrifugal machine and this machine is rotated at a very high speed for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we will observe that cream being lighter comes up at the top and buttermilk being denser remains at the bottom. This is how cream gets separated from milk by rotating at high speed in centrifugal machines or by using wooden milk churner or electric milk churners. The milk without cream is called skimmed milk. What is the principle of centrifugation? When the mixture is spun rapidly, the denser particles are forced to the bottom and the lighter particles stay at the top. As you have seen in activity, when milk is rotated at a high speed in centrifugal machines, the cream consisting of fat particles being lighter comes up at the top and the buttermilk being denser remains at the bottom. Now let us see what are the various applications of centrifugation. This technique is used in diagnostic laboratories for blood and urine test. If patients get blood or urine infection, then they give their sample of blood or urine in diagnostic laboratories where blood or urine tests are done by centrifugation technique. This technique is also used in dairies and homes to separate butter from cream. It is also used in washing machines to squeeze out water from wet clothes. Now let us see how can we separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids. What are immiscible liquids? The liquids that do not mix with each other are called immiscible liquids. For example, oil in water. Oil cannot be mixed with water, and these two components of this immiscible liquid forms two separate layers which can be separated from each other by using this separating funnel. Now let us see with the help of an activity that how can we separate the components of two immiscible liquids. To separate the components of immiscible liquids like kerosene oil from water, we need separating funnel. We can prepare a mixture of kerosene oil or mustard oil available at home and water. Then we can take the mixture of oil in water in a separating funnel. Allow it to stand undisturbed for some time. We will observe two separate layers are formed. The upper layer is of kerosene or mustard oil, which is lighter, having lower density than water, and the lower layer is of water with a higher density as compared to oil. Now open the stopcock of the separating funnel and collect the lower layer of water carefully in a beaker. As the oil reaches the stopcock, close the stopcock of the separating funnel. We will observe that the oil remains in the separating funnel and water gets collected in the beaker. In this way, the two components of immiscible liquids, that is oil from water, due to difference in their densities, are separated out by using this separating funnel. Now let us see what is the principle on which technique of using separating funnel is based. This technique is based on the principle that when a mixture of two immiscible liquids is allowed to stand, they separate out in two separate layers depending upon their densities. As you have seen in this activity, that oil having lower density forms the upper layer and water having the higher density forms the lower layer. Now, what are the applications of separating funnel? This technique is used to separate mixture of oil from water. It is also used in extraction of iron from its ore. The lighter slag containing impurities is removed from the top by this method to leave the molten iron, which is very heavier and denser, at the bottom in the furnace. Now let us see another technique of separation of components of a mixture is sublimation. Students, you have read about sublimation in your previous chapter, chapter 1. Let us recall the definition of sublimation. A change of state directly from solid to gas without changing into liquid state is called sublimation. And the change of state directly from gas to solid is called deposition. There are various examples of sublime substances like camphor, ammonium chloride, iodine, naphthalene, dry ice, etc. Now, if sublime substance and non-sublime substance get mixed, then how can we separate them? Let us see with the help of an activity how can we separate the mixture of ammonium chloride and salt like sodium chloride from each other by sublimation process. Take the mixture of ammonium chloride and salt like sodium chloride in a china dish and place it over the tripod stand. Cover the china dish with an inverted glass funnel. Put a cotton plug on the stem of the glass funnel. Now slowly heat china dish and observe the vapors that appear and rises towards the stem of inverted funnel. As the stem of the inverted funnel is plugged, so these vapors do not escape out but remain inside the stem of the inverted funnel, and on cooling change into solidified crystalline substance. Some salt is left behind in the china dish. We conclude from this that ammonium chloride is a sublime substance which does not melt on heating but is directly converted into gaseous state or the vapor state and gets deposited on the inner cooler walls of the glass funnel as crystalline solid. Sodium chloride is a non-sublime substance which remains behind in the china dish. In this way, the two components of this mixture are separated out. Now let's see what is the application of sublimation. Sublimation is used to separate the mixtures that contain a sublimable volatile component from a non-sublimable component. For example, you have seen in this activity, salt, that is sodium chloride, is a non-sublimable component which is separated from ammonium chloride, which is a sublimable volatile component of the mixture. Students, you have learned to separate dye, which is the colored component, from ink by evaporation process. Now the question arises, is the dye in the black ink a single color? Actually, dye in the black ink is not a single color. It is the mixture of several colors dissolved in it. Then how can we separate the different colors from this ink? We will use another separation technique called chromatography to separate the components of dye. Chromatography arises from the word chroma in Greek, which means color. This chromatography technique was used for the separation of colored components from a mixture. What is the principle on which the technique of chromatography is based? Chromatography is used for the separation of those solutes that dissolve in the same solvent. For example, the ink that we use has water as a solvent, and in the same solvent, that is water, the several components, colored components of dye are soluble, which can be separated by chromatography. Now students, let us see with the help of an activity that how can we separate the various color components of black ink by paper chromatography. Paper chromatography is one of the simplest types of chromatography employed in a laboratory, which involves two phases: paper as a stationary phase and solvent like water as a mobile phase. For this activity, we take 20 centimeter long and 5 centimeter wide a filter paper as a chromatographic paper. Draw a pencil line above 4 centimeter from one end of the paper. It is called baseline. Place a drop of black ink from a marker pen in the middle of this baseline and let it be dry. Suspend this paper in a jar containing the solvent, that is water, in such a way that the paper strip touches the solvent but the baseline stays above the solvent as shown in this figure. Close the jar. Watch it carefully as the solvent, that is water, rises up this filter paper which is taken as a chromatographic paper. Remove the paper from the bell jar when the solvent front is few centimeter away from the top of the paper, and let the paper get dried. What do we observe? We will see the colored smeared spots, that is blue, red, yellow, are seen at the various depths, at the various heights. What do we conclude from it? It shows that the black ink is not a single substance but actually contains a mixture of blue, red and yellow dyes along with some other substances. As the solvent, that is water, rises up the paper strip by the capillary action of water, it takes up along with it the dyes present in the black ink. The different components, colored components of black ink begin to separate from one another as they travel at different speeds up this paper strip, depending on their solubility in the solvent, that is water, and on their ability to adhere to the paper, means to remain fixed with the paper, to remain joined with the paper. We see that the colored component that dissolve most rapidly in the solvent travel the farthest up the stationary phase, that is paper. In this way, we get different components, colored components of dye of black ink on this paper strip which is taken as a stationary phase, as a chromatographic paper. This is how the several color components of black ink are separated out by paper chromatography. What are the various applications of chromatography? Actually, students, with the advancement in technology, many new techniques of chromatography have been developed. So, chromatography is used by using various techniques to separate colors in a dye, pigments from natural colors, for example, leaf extracts, flower extracts, etc., drugs and toxic substances from blood. So, students, this is all for today's lecture. I hope that you have understood the various techniques of separating the various components of a mixture. We will learn some more techniques to separate the components of mixture in our next lecture. So, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy.